And you'll know if somebody put something in there for you because then you'll get an email
Right.
saying, you know, so and so has been assigned to.
And when you log in, there's a section that says your work, and you'll see the board in there.
When does our license expire?
No, it's proprietary. They built it for us.
This is CBS LA at 4.
Now at 4, a mad dash ahead of Election Day. Candidates make their final push for votes with just a little more than 24 hours left to go until the polls close.
Plus, putting a damper on graduation season, local students left figuring out what to do next after a massive fire destroyed their apartment complex.
And stepping up security before kickoff, the safety goals and restrictions being put in place as our city gets set to host World Cup matches.
It's the final day before Election Day, and candidates are hoping to grab those last-minute voters.
And while many have already voted, there are still a lot of ballots to be counted. We have team coverage ahead of primary day. Lucelia Caballero is tracking the final push in the LA mayoral race.
The first CBS LA political reporter, Tom Waite, in the newsroom with the very latest on the candidates vying for California governor. Tom?
And here we go, Amy and Juan, with just over 24 hours to go before the polls close. The governor's race is neck and neck. Turnout, of course, will be key. It's down slightly compared to the same time in our last primary 4 years ago, but just a little bit. The voters have a lot of choices. There's a large field of Democrats and 2 Republicans who have been polling near the top or registered in the polling. Remember, the top 2 vote getters will go on to the November general election. Right now, the polls show that Democrat Javier Becerra is on top with Republican Steve Hilton. Coming in second, Democrat Tom Steyer is not far behind, and some polls show Steyer edging Hilton.
Hey, can I have to? Well, actually, are you busy? Do you know how to get into the desk Instagram account? To the desk Instagram account? Okay, Caden was going back and forth yesterday with a guy about video of a pursuit that went through a Little League game in Fontana. It's actually a really crazy video. And the guy was responding to him, but I don't know if we ever actually got permission. Will you check for me? And then if we didn't, will you follow up with him and see if he'll let us have it? Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi, YouTube. I'll be with you in a moment.
Republicans were outperforming their performance from 4 years ago significantly, and they still are. But Democrats were holding their votes back. Remember, everybody was overworked, and the Democratic Party was worried that there would be 2 Republicans in the finals, and they'd be shut out. So Democrats were urged not to vote until late in the game, until they saw who were the 1 or 2 likely top vote getters.
And we have seen a surge in registered Democrats turning in their ballots in just the past few days. According to the election data firm PDI, voter turnout right now statewide is about 18%, and that's down about 1% compared to the same time in the primary cycle 4 years ago. But again, we are seeing that surge in voters coming in, and we'll see if that trend continues. So live in the newsroom, I'm Tom Waite. Juan, back to you.
And that's right, it is the final push. In fact, mayoral candidates are taking their campaign directly to voters in this attempt. It's really one last attempt, one last call to convince voters that they are what's best for Los Angeles. The top mayoral candidates are spending their final hours on the campaign trail.
I am all about change. That's why I ran in the first place.
Incumbent Mayor Karen Bass started her day at a coffee shop in San Pedro, continuing to defend her record, pointing to a reported decline in street homelessness and saying her Inside Safe program is helping move people off the streets and into services.
42,000 units of housing.
Hey.
We
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Los Angeles is ready for an incredible recovery.
Also not being shy with her message for other candidates in the running.
No time for amateurs.
In Boyle Heights, across the entire city of New York, came City Council member Nikki Rahman meeting with voters inside in Mercadito. They are tired of how high the housing costs are here, how it's driving families out of the city, how our response to our homelessness crisis has been lackluster, saying she wants to do more to curb homelessness and increase affordable housing. There is a real challenge that Angelinos are facing right now. They're looking at the direction of the city and feeling like it's moving in the wrong direction. Spencer Pratt's campaign telling us he is engaging with voters today, but we are not making it a media spectacle. He's having intimate and meaningful conversations across the city.
We need a place in Citizen app where we can report all the potholes.
Though a video he posted today on the Citizen app says he's proposing new ways to report issues around the city using the app itself.
No more getting away with this, taking all our tax money, making our streets covered in potholes. No more just letting needles be next to kids in parks.
The three are among the 14 candidates in all. If no candidate receives more than 50% of the votes, the top two will face off in a November runoff. And with no clear frontrunner emerging in recent polls, the candidates know every vote counts.
No time for people who've been there and haven't gotten done what they said they wanted to get done.
My plan involves ensuring real accountability and real results.
We are only going to expose the failures of our city leaders together.
And as the final hours of the campaign tick away, candidates are hoping their last-minute outreach will be enough to sway undecided voters, because by this time tomorrow, the shift will focus from campaigning and talking to people to counting votes. Reporting live from North Hollywood, Luz Delia Caballero, CBS LA.
All right, Luz Delia, thank you. And if you still need to fill out your ballot, you can find much more information about the candidates and issues at cbsla.com/voters guide. Demolition is getting underway at the massive warehouse that was destroyed in a fire nearly 2 months ago in Ontario. You can see the section of the exterior wall that's been demolished. There's lots of other burned out debris and scrap metal out there to clear. Neighbors say they're excited to see the work finally start, even though it will be loud for a couple of weeks. This demo work was supposed to take place in early May, but was pushed back until today. And this was the stunning scene when the location went up in flames. The smoke and fire could be seen for miles. The entire 1.2 million square foot facility was destroyed, leading to $500 million in losses. 29-year-old Chanel Abdul Karim has been charged with 7 counts of arson. And the Rams shocked the sports world today with a blockbuster trade that sends a clear message to the rest of the NFL.
Jim Hill joining us now with the big news from Rams Nation.
Myles Garrett just got a contract done, and he's actually cap friendly for the next 3 years. So this makes sense on a bunch of different levels on caponomics, on a player that you know is going to be double teamed, a player that you know doesn't fade. There was a few faded a little bit more, but Miles Garrett is a Reggie White type player that if you can land him, you land him.
All right, Jim, thanks so much. One apartment complex home to many UC Riverside students is a home no more after going up in flames on Friday. 150 people are left without a place to live and scrambling to figure out what's next. CBS LA's Joy Benedict spoke with students facing finals week with a lot of uncertainty.
So basically they gave me this and a blanket. It is move-in day for UC Riverside student Hannah Lee, but she doesn't have much to bring in.
They also haven't been able to actually go into my unit because of how dangerous it is.
Lee is one of 150 people left homeless after a fire tore through University Riverside Gardens on Friday. But today, what marked is
I was like, enough of this laundry.
on her past.
They're both so long, unfortunately.
I enjoyed it.
We're not able to go and check.
So they said, don't you have something else for Mike?
Newspaper class in the apartment.
Her apartment, one of 50 gutted and red tagged, and it's not livable.
No, there's no way someone.
Denise Bravo stopped by the complex hoping to see something, but couldn't get close to her home.
I just wanted to check it out to see. Maybe we could see a little bit inside and see if somehow it wouldn't look that bad. Oops, there's
Fire investigators say the fire started when an independent contractor was working on a water pipe. They say the heat from that work started a fire in the attic, which quickly spread across the building before anyone realized it.
I was with my roommate and she was like, oh, like it looks like cloudy outside, like something's going on. And then they started banging on our door really hard.
Bravo is also a UC Riverside student, as this complex is rented as student-style housing by the room. The Red Cross and the university were quick to jump in and help, offering free dorm rooms to its 81 students displaced.
I will have to start finding housing for the summer and for next quarter.
But the offer is only good for the next 2 weeks until finals end. Lee says she can't afford the dorm, so she's looking for a new apartment, as she's excited about a summer research program. She started an online fundraiser since her assistance from the complex is ending.
The reimbursement from Friday to Tuesday, $200 per day for hotel, $20 per meal.
A tough situation as she has to find a place to live, study for finals, and hopefully find her cats, all
Wow.
in just the next few days. Joy Benedict, CBS LA.
Up next to report, dialing up a healing source.
I know the pieces of our lives back together, rebuild, and finances, the many questions that remain.
The new quiet place where a rebuilding community can express their grief, joy, sorrow, or just say the things left unsaid.
Was after hours of mischief, a suspected vandal apparently takes his anger out on a local restaurant. The trail of destruction left behind.
And teaching a different lesson, the new initiative showcasing the creative minds of Palisade students as their community rebuilds. I'm going to A1.
You know what's funny is there's a ceasefire, but then when you fire, you're firing in self-defense. So that still violates a ceasefire, doesn't it? Are you leaving?
I'm going to ARVR.
All right.
She's tired of you.
I'm out of
She's out. She doesn't have to put up with this.
editor.
What is it? What are you calling? I'm out. Mic drop.
Not to be confused with
Huh?
Not to be confused with mic drop.
Not to be confused with mic drop or mic drop. At the mic. Hezbollah. President Trump says Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah have agreed to dial back fighting in order to bring Iranian leaders back to peace negotiations. Iranian state media claim negotiations with the U.S. were suspended over Israel's escalating attacks in Lebanon. Iran accused the U.S. of violating the ongoing ceasefire following an exchange of blows over the weekend. U.S. military leaders stressed that strikes fired were in self-defense. President Trump posted today that he talked to Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and representatives of Hezbollah and says both sides have agreed that all shooting will stop. It's not clear if that means negotiations have resumed between the U.S. and Iran.
Just the phone here. It's not connected to anything. Here you don't have to wait for the ring. So you can just start speaking.
Inside this small phone booth in Altadena, Seamus Bozeman picks up a 1948 rotary phone to make a call to his dad, but he's not expecting an answer.
We talked about what was going on in life with struggles.
2 months before the
That would be a good
fire,
movie,
Seamus'
like
father
the
died.
phone starts
My dad.
answering.
Yeah.
Then came the wind and flames, forcing his family to leave their West Altadena rental home. Their
Yeah.
house burned down.
We didn't take much. So I was like, and then it was
Vaguely.
oh, our whole street's gone.
After struggling to process the grief,
Yeah.
they built something meaningful, a wind phone. A quiet place where people can express their grief, joy, sorrow, or simply say the things left unsaid.
In this little house, and it's my bedroom.
Seamus' mom, Leah McDaniel, says with the help of family, friends, and donated materials, Seamus built this by hand.
I just love the idea of it being an offering to the Altadena.
So he's gonna go on in?
Yes.
Betty Corral had never seen a wind phone before, but moments after walking up, she stepped inside to call her father, who died 45 years ago.
I'm Dad. Love you. Love you.
I'm sorry, was I what?
Love you.
This wind phone here in Altadena is one of
No, I went to the
400
Special
towns
Olympics
across the
event.
country, and there
I
are
think
about a
it's in the
dozen
show. I
right
haven't seen it
here
yet,
in
but-
Southern California.
I hadn't done anything like this before. This is my first other project at all.
The wind phone has found a permanent home at the Healing Arts Center of Altadena. For Shane, what started as a way to speak to his own father has now become a way for an entire community to grieve together. As he reads this message, he's left on the wall inside.
Find hope, put the pieces of our lives back together, rebuild, and find answers to the main question that's got for me.
In Altadena, Jasmine USLA.
Students at Palisades Junior High School spent the past semester rebuilding homes, but on a miniature scale. Students in the school's Maker program partnered with a local home builder to design and create their own Palisades-style all the students were impacted by the fires in some way. Their teacher saying this project gives students hope for the future.
Well, if you drive around the Palisades, you see this dichotomy between these homes that are built, these homes that are rubble, and these homes that are being rebuilt. So there is this sense of kind of hope for the future.
Students' designs went head-to-head with the two winning groups being awarded a chance to tour one of the active construction sites.
Crews worked quickly to get a handle on a 4-acre brush fire that burned really close to some homes off the 5 freeway in Castaic. Scott Cal flew over the scene as firefighters mopped up hot spots after that fire was contained north of Lake Hughes Road. Some of those homes near the scene were evacuated as precaution, and as you can see from our aerials, the blaze caused some backup on the 5. Fortunately, no one was hurt and no word on what started the fire.
Well, it is the first day of the month, and mornings may start out with June gloom, but will soon give way to a lot of sunshine.
Yes, lots of sunshine today. It was actually kind of warm out there today.
Hey, Ev, here at the desk, we're learning new details about a restraining order requested by singer Sabrina Carpenter, who she says has been on her property. That's ahead at 4.
Okay, Mike, plus a creatine craze, the warning before your next workout about a popular dietary supplement. Hey, Lou. Is this Lou? Hi, Lou. C1, you have it on me, but it looks like it's Amy at the tower. Okay. There we go.
Hey, Luke. Luke. Hey. Okay, I'll call it. Bye. Luke. Hey, I'm gonna add. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm gonna add a full screen.
Thursday. Yeah.
Are they gonna come in?
Yeah. So I'm.
Here since we've had the hearing.
Huh?
Have they been here since we changed the set?
They saw it when it was still being built.
Oh, okay.
Um, I worked 2 days on purpose because they wanted to come in and see me work.
Oh, okay.
Kids do.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's more
And
exciting.
I'm
than
taking
just-
some time. Well, they love coming into the studio, so. And see you and Pat and everyone.
Anchor in Adelanto, Southern California members of Congress calling for federal investigators to look at living conditions at an ICE detention facility in the high desert. Now, immigration activists say 40 detainees have now been on a hunger strike for 2 weeks. They're protesting living conditions, like mold and delayed medical care. Representatives Judy Chu, Pete Aguilar, and Norma Torres toured the facility and are pushing for increased federal oversight.
You know, I have been visiting Adelanto since 2014, and the conditions have always been bad, but I'm struck by the fact that they've never gotten any way better. If anything, they've gotten worse.
Now, according to Representative Torres, ICE maintains there is no active hunger strike. ICE has not commented just yet.
Singer Sabrina Carpenter asking an LA County judge for a restraining order after she says this guy has shown up to her home repeatedly.
Assignment editor Mike Rogers is at the desk. Mike, the man's most recent visit ended in a struggle with her security guard.
Yeah, and according to court documents, that was the most intense of the visits that this man has allegedly made to Sabrina Carpenter's home here in LA. May 23rd, just last week, is when this happened. We'll show you the pictures here. This is Sabrina Carpenter, the singer, very well known. Now, according to court documents, in a restraining order request that was ultimately granted by an LA County judge, this man has been showing up to her home repeatedly, but this was the first time here on May 23rd that he actually was able to make it on the property. According to court documents, he was able to do so by going through her neighbor's home to circumvent some of the security systems and fences that she had in place surrounding it. Carpenter maintains that she has no idea who this person is, has never met him before in her life, and fears for her safety. She says once he came up here, he tried to jiggle the door, get into it, get it open. A member of her private security team came and ultimately encountered him. There you see those pictures right there. That's when the then struggle happens with the security team as the man insists that he knows Sabrina Carpenter and says he's waiting for her. Ultimately, the security guard struggled with the man, got him to the ground, waited for the LAPD to show up. And then they say after this, after his arrest, the man showed up 2 more days in a row after being arrested and thrown off the property. Both days, he didn't attempt to get on the property, but sat in his car at one point for 2 hours, reclined in his seat, sitting right in front of her gates. That's why she is requesting this restraining order from the judge. In court paperwork that we have reviewed, we'll show it to you here. She says, quote, his delusional insistence that he knows me and was expected by me is indicative of a dangerous, delusional, irrational fixation on me. His pattern of stalking, trespassing, and surveillance has caused me severe and ongoing emotional distress. Those are Sabrina Carpenter's words in this restraining order request that she made to the LA County judge, which again has been approved. So kind of a scary situation for her. By the way, her security team says they went back and looked at old footage, and it turns out he's been doing this since April 20th is when they first spotted him on security cameras, but he's kept his distance. It was only until this most recent last week incident when he actually finally worked up the courage, essentially, to come onto her property and try to get into her home. Yeah.
How frightening for her. All right, thank you. Well, coming up, protecting off the pitch.
Local officials aren't playing around as they hope to score a different kind of goal ahead of the World Cup here in LA.
Plus, passing of the torch, a flame of hope passes through LA during its final leg, leading up to a very special competition.
Did you carry the torch?
No, I didn't, but I was really struggling with that tease.
It was a Morfino creative tease.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, I know that, but I was like, wait, what am I saying? Protect
Marissa Arn just takes a closer look at the precautions. Where does she live, Mike?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a gated community.
No.
This is CBS LA at 4.
Well, a push to keep fans safe ahead of the World Cup. Local and federal officials gave an update on security efforts. Law enforcement leaders say it's exciting that LA gets to be part of FIFA World Cup 26, hosting not only the first U.S. game on June 12, but 8 games over the next month and various fan events as well. Now, everyone is encouraged to have fun, but local leaders want people to know that there are rules meant to keep everyone safe. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hoffman had this message for any would-be criminals who try to take advantage of the event.
What we are actually going to pull out is our red card. Our red card will say, bad choices will land you a red card. And when you get a red card, whether it's on the soccer field or outside here in society, that's going to take you out of the game.
Well, federal authorities say there will be restrictions on the use of unauthorized drones and will be on the lookout for human trafficking.
The FIFA World Cup signs are up.
We're really excited.
The days until kickoff trickling down.
The spirit of soccer and that adrenaline rush of waiting to see if your team scores.
Public health officials in host cities are also preparing for the challenges that come with millions of visitors arriving from around the world, tracking infectious diseases, monitoring food safety, preparing for extreme heat.
We're coordinating with hospitals, EMS, county law enforcement, as well as our state and federal partners.
Health officials say they're expanding mosquito surveillance and testing for additional viruses, including chikungunya, dengue, Zika, and West Nile. Health officials say the surge in international travelers could increase the risk of mosquito-borne illnesses.
With all the people coming from all over the world, there are some places where these diseases are more prevalent, and so there's more risk of someone having them.
Cuba has that chikungunya spread by mosquitoes.
Dallas
You
County
just get very
Health
tired.
says it's also sampling wastewater and conducting hospital visits to make sure facilities are prepared.
I hope they do whatever security measures they normally do for bigger events, but I don't think any particular concerns or fears.
Health officials recommend making sure you're up to date on vaccinations and be cautious of crowded areas. Marissa Arn, CBS News, Arlington, Texas.
Well, it's a time-honored tradition to kick off the Special Olympics the games in Minnesota this year, organizers are taking a new approach. For the first time, the Flame of Hope will follow two routes. One from the East Coast, one from the West, from Georgia to Minnesota. Both paths began in Chicago on Saturday, and today I have the honor of welcoming the West Coast Guardians of the Flame to the LA Memorial Coliseum.
To the athletes joining us here today, thank you for inspiring us all. Your determination, resilience, and courage remind us of what is possible when we focus on ability rather than limitation.
Throughout this journey, I have had many doors open for me that I never dreamed of.
Special Olympic athletes and law enforcement will continue carrying the Flame of Hope to Minneapolis for the opening ceremony on June 20th, and we'll have the local games here this coming up weekend.
So I would see that you were out there. I mean, it's such a special time.
It really is a special time.
Especially for those Olympians.
Yes,
Sure.
amazing athletes. Well, the sports world is still reeling from the Rams' blockbuster trade today.
All right, Jim Hill joins us now with more on the Rams landing the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Jim.
Way to go, Luke.
Around the world, freestyle is very important for
Wow,
me,
look at
what
that.
I take from it,
Look at that.
and I love sharing, and I love sharing the ball more importantly, because I think the ball is international. Everybody understands what it is, what it means, and everybody has a love for it.
All right, thanks so much, Jim. Well, coming up, what some are calling a miracle medication.
There's new hope for patients battling one of the most deadly form of cancers known as a silent killer.
Plus, big changes could be coming to your sunscreen that some say could be a game changer in the fight against skin cancer. If I don't, I won't do that. And I hate that.
Do you have a place at home that you like to do that?
No, I don't like to do it.
Hey, Mike, it's Mike at KCBS. How are you, sir? Oh, good. You're not busy or anything, right? My tie. your flow. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to follow up really quickly. I wanted to catch it before 5 o'clock. I sent you an email just on the ballot stuff from Long Beach over the weekend. And I just had a couple follow up questions. I don't know if you just want to respond to my email or if you want me to ask you right now or whatever works best for you.
Ben Sassy? Is it Sassy?
Beautiful.
Former Nebraska Senator Ben Sass.
Oh, okay.
Sass, okay. Sass. You're probably right.
Right.
But I mean, obviously.
Okay. Oh, kind of suffocates it. Got it. Okay.
So I'm looking for some friends. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Um,
To rack some rasses. I looked.
so that they don't a huge thing doesn't get stacked up in there all at once.
Well, it was almost.
Yeah. Really quick, and I guess we can talk generically. We don't have to speak specifically to this incident. But if these ballots are damaged, do you go find the voter and try to get them to recast them, or how does that work?
Well, the owners of a
Oh,
restaurant
okay.
in Eagle Rock are searching for answers after they say this man targeted their business over the weekend. Now that shop, Bagel and Slice on York Boulevard, shared this video from Friday. You can see the suspect throw something at the business.
Got it. Perfect. Thanks, sir. Appreciate you. Good luck. Hope it's easy. Bye. Bye.
They're also worried about the safety of their employees. The business is working with police and they're asking anyone who may know this person to come forward.
A new experimental drug is giving hope to patients battling one of the deadliest of cancers. A medication called Erasmus is helping pancreatic cancer patients survive nearly twice as long, about 13 months, compared to chemotherapy. A study by UCLA researchers found it's not a cure, but it works in a targeted way with fewer side effects than chemotherapy.
It was based on the discovery that there was a mutated protein called KRAS that turned on the cancer cells. It was a cancer-derived type of abnormal protein. And for years, they were looking for a way to sort of turn it off, and they finally figured it out.
One patient benefiting from this drug is former Nebraska Senator Ben Sass, whose pancreatic cancer has metastasized. Sass told CBS News' 60 Minutes he considers this treatment a miracle.
Well, the creatine craze appears to be booming nationwide. Sales of the supplement reportedly reaching more than $500 million in the U.S. just last year. Posts about creatine have racked up 37 million views in the last month alone. Content creators making a big profit. It's typically used by athletes and bodybuilders, but with more people taking it, health experts say those with pre-existing conditions should be careful.
People with kidney disease, people with diabetes, people with high blood pressure, people with bipolar disorder. Those people need to be very careful because creatine can put stress on your kidneys, and all those conditions can increase the risk of that.
Now, for most healthy people, creatine does appear to be safe. Long-term studies up to 5 years show no serious side effects at standard doses of 3 to 5 grams a day. Well, still ahead, a race against time when every second counts. The new twists and turns as rescuers search for 2 more missing miners in a flooded cave.
Plus, avoiding a different kind of summer travel bug, what you can do to keep sickness at bay during your getaways. And visit we still have stuff that I have planned, like simple stuff in the morning when we get up. We're gonna get it out there for lunch one day. Take them to
Oh my gosh, YouTube. I didn't forget about you. I've just been really busy, but let me check on you. Okay, hi YouTube. Miguel, Eddie, Joe, how is everyone? Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, I know. It's so sweet. I remember meeting him here.
The oldest one is turning 20. The middle one is 12 now. Look at Olga. Look at the speed man. Well, I'm glad she found work. It's not easy these days.
No.
Suzanne gets these hits, these tips, and these things, and nothing pans out.
I thought she was working for,
Via Ragosa,
Oh.
and that was, yeah, it got to the point where, I guess, but then when he was,
Oh.
she ended herself.
Wow.
Then when the rubber met the road, it was like, yeah, okay. Except for,
Yeah.
this one. Mexican authorities say they discovered a large-scale tunnel used for smuggling drugs and people between Tijuana and San Diego.
Yeah, Simon editor Mike Rogers is at the desk, and Mike, we understand that Mexican officials say that the tunnel is really sophisticated.
Yeah, we're talking about electricity, ventilation, a pulley system to pull people from one side of the country, from Tijuana, Mexico, into San Diego in the United States. Obviously, Mexican officials say this popped up on a street in the U.S. I want to show you the video here of the Mexican authorities once they were in the tunnel. And look at that pulley system. It's got this little cart that can take you from one side to the other. And you see it's got wooden walls, it's got a wooden floor, ventilation, electricity that runs through there. Quite the operation that you would assume had to have gone on for several years there under the U.S.-Mexico border. Now, Mexican authorities say that when they went and looked at it backwards in the Tijuana side, this popped up inside of a storage facility, or what was pretending to be a storage facility there in Tijuana. They believe it actually popped up on a street on the U.S. side. There you see drugs that they say were also found inside of the tunnel. Obviously not the first tunnel that we have seen. There was one about a year or so ago that also was pretty sophisticated with ventilation and piping and all of those things in there. But when you look at that video, you just have to assume that took some time to get that done. So who knows how long this tunnel has been in operation, and who knows who they're working with on the U.S. side, though certainly U.S. authorities are aware of this now and trying to figure that all out on our end as well. But again, this drug tunnel, smuggling tunnel connecting Tijuana to San Diego, uncovered by Mexican authorities rather over the weekend, guys.
So sophisticated.
Yep.
Mike. All right, thank you. Well, a dramatic break at its time as rescuers search for the last 2 miners missing in a cave in Laos. 5 others have already made it out alive. 4 of them crawling out on their own.
Incredible. CBS's Matt Gutman spoke with the rescue mission's lead cave diver about this difficult operation.
After 11 days in the dark, its 4 miners emerging into the cave in Laos. It was
Thank God we're tiny people.
wrapping themselves around howling in relief.
Yeah, definitely. They come out and the whole village went mad. Like, it was hugging and running and almost panicking. Yeah, it was a great moment.
Miko Passi is the mission's lead cave dive rescuer. He was called to Laos early last week after monsoon rains flooded the cave, trapping the villagers on May 21st. Passi and his team found them last Wednesday. And then they made 5 treacherous trips to surprise thousands with food, water, and space monsters. Watching the video is extraordinarily claustrophobic and terrifying. I mean, it is really not as wide as your shoulders.
You have to be like this, like hands up, you can't move your arms. That's the only position you can be in there.
And on Friday, Passi and his teammate risked their lives to shepherd out one of the miners.
Then we go like, okay, 1 out of 5, yes, but 5 out of 5, maybe not. So let's go back to the pumping.
relocate pumps to different places, there was no vision that the water level started to actually drop the next morning.
And then they were suiting up to go back in on Saturday. The miners saw the water levels drop and scrambled out on their own.
So what was your reaction when you see them emerge out of the cave? With the jaw drop, that's exactly what I was like, what? Like, are these the miners? Because you can't, they're all covered with mud, everybody looks the same.
But for Posse, his team, and the villagers, the mission isn't over. There are 2 additional miners, villagers, who are there, and you're not giving up on them.
No, as long as we do it safely, there's no reason to give up.
And as soon as those 4 miners scrambled out of the cave, Posse says that the rain started again, the monsoon flooded the cave, and they got out just in the nick of time. Now, they haven't given up on those other 2 miners. They have people exploring alternative routes into the cave from on top of the mountain. As for those 5 rescued miners, they are doing well. They're in the hospital, and they are expected to make a full recovery. Matt Gutman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
When was the last time you considered coral? The United Nations has proclaimed June 1st as World Reef Day.
Satellite images show the beauty of Earth's reefs from above, and below the surface, reefs protect marine life and protect coastal communities from shoreline erosion. Even still, reports say more than 3/4 of the world's coral reefs are considered threatened. Some things that you can actually do to protect our reefs? Well, look for sustainably sourced seafood, volunteer for beach cleanup, and make sure your sunscreen is reef safe.
Well, speaking of sunscreen, big changes could be coming to the sunscreen industry. The FDA considering approving a UV filter already widely used abroad. It's called bemotrisinol, and it retains effectiveness even after prolonged sun exposure. The move has been endorsed by most dermatologists. It has been used safely for years all over the world except for the United States. Part of the reason is because sunscreen is more heavily regulated here. Skin cancer is the most common form of cancer, though, in the U.S.
Well, it was warm today, but summer, believe it or not, is still 3 weeks away from, the official start.
Indeed it is. And meteorologist Evelyn Taft back now with more in her next weather forecast for the first week of June.
Because I thought I heard that years ago that the Republicans would be turning in.
And there's, actually, this is perfect. Unlike the last president's cycle, there was actually a big spike last year. What was that? Just like,
Oh, when you stand right here, it's like a parabola.
oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So like there was a big spike like on Friday, or Thursday and Friday, where like, so that's perfect. Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's like right here. It's like, hello, hello. I'm in the Roman Coliseum.
Anthony?
He was Anthony Sabanto when we were talking to him.
Oh.
He said Young Kim is going to win because that's a rapper. Yes, Anthony. Thanks so much, Ed. And you're at the top of the hour on CBS LA at 5. YouTube creators are busting open the box office, and they're young. The low-budget films that are blockbusters bringing new energy to the industry.
too. Of course we do. All right, thanks, Pat.
Still to come, making sure you don't catch a summer travel bug.
The tips and tricks on how you can avoid a summer sickness while on your much-needed vacation.
Bert, I'm working on that. We are talking to the guy that shot the video, so I'm hoping to do that. But we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, YouTube.